Previously on 2 Up and Overloaded.
Ow. You gotta help me, love. Ow. My foot got caught here between that and the center stand.
After having a few motorcycle mishaps, we finally boarded the ferry that was going to take us from the island of Java in Indonesia to the island of Borneo. The ship was pretty awesome. It had air conditioning, it had beds for us to sleep on, even though they were a little short.
And narrow.
And narrow,
Yeah.
that's true.
It's like a coffin.
Yeah.
An open-aired coffin.
This is so much better than I expected. But still, that was better than expected.
I thought it would just be a bunch of people crying on bean bags on just like, oh no, this is awful. But no, we were super hyped, and there was air conditioning. And again, we were like one of like maybe 12 people out of 1,000 seats that were currently on board.
Yeah, we got to pick our seats.
Yeah.
We got right next to a window.
There was a TV that I figured out how to unplug because it was just loud. It was so loud.
Yeah.
Upgrade. TV's off.
Due to this guy.
This powerful power finder.
I don't know if they're gonna be like,
Take
what
this
have
off.
you done? Turned off the music. But then we looked out the window and we saw just tons of people
There's a
coming
line.
onto this ship. And it got crowded.
It was chaos.
People have arrived. And our little slice of heaven was going to abruptly come to an end.
Hey everyone, nice to have you here. We are Tim
And Marissa, no tear.
I ride in the front.
And I'm in the rear.
We travel the world and we pack too much gear.
Oh, all the places we'll go.
Through rain and through sleet and through mud and through snow.
Oh, all the things we'll see.
We've been to a country or two.
Or 3. Oh, all the fun we've had.
You have you along would make us real glad.
So give us a like and
Hit subscribe to join us along our epic ride.
So you had 2 beds next to you. I didn't have any beds next to me because I was next to the window. But you had 2 next to you.
There's a lot of children, and I love children's. I love the children's, but they don't make the best neighbors, right? So I was just hoping for like 2 adults.
Yeah, this very nice couple came up to you.
Yeah,
and
they're like, is anybody sitting there? And I was a guy in his 30s, and I'm like, nah, brother, this is all you.
And he
then
said 2.
Yeah.
He kept saying 2 people. And you were like, yeah, there's 2 beds.
2 beds.
2 people. It's perfect. This
Marriage.
works out great. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And you said, okay.
Not that I was like checking tickets or anything. Like, I didn't have the power to be like, no. But when he came with his wife and we all said hi, it was all great. And then out of nowhere, these 2 kids climbed on the bed. So it was 2 adults and 2 kids on beds.
He meant 2 people per tiny bed. So 4 people on the 2 beds.
And 2 people can't
2
fit
children.
on the bed though. So body parts, arms and legs.
And crawling children.
crawling
they
were-
were all over you.
They were on my 4-inch wide mat.
Their feet, legs, limbs. It was cute.
It's cute for a minute and a half. But
We got very, very cozy.
they were nice, yeah. They were nice.
Okay, so this is a full ship. Completely full. There's even people like double bunking it, which is beyond belief. But mostly with children. But it looks like it's going to rain outside, so I don't think we're going to get a nice sunset. But as you can see, the window behind me, it is getting dark.
And with the mass amount of people that were boarding, that open air AC that was blowing everywhere freely was just being sucked into all these mouths of humans and
It got
exhaled
hot.
as hot air.
Yes.
Roach.
No. And there were some cockroaches, which, makes sense in a setting like this. Like,
Makes
people
sense.
are eating and there's crumbs everywhere and children everywhere. Of course there's going to be cockroaches. I don't like cockroaches.
Let's go to the other side.
Oh, awesome. I've got to kill it. Kill it.
With what?
With this bag. What if it's in my jacket?
It probably went in your food.
It would be impossible for there not to be.
Cockroaches.
I just really, really don't like cockroaches. Look at all your crumbs.
It is. I won't affect this all.
Oh man. But they were very small.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
I took care of it. I
Yes,
put it
thank
on
you.
the farm in Texas.
You saved me. And the ship had lots of really nice facilities. It had the cafeteria area.
Yeah.
It had also like a stage with seats,
Yeah.
which I thought was going to be interesting. This was an overnight ferry, so I was hoping that there wasn't going to be anything going on that stage, but we didn't know.
Magic would have been
Magic,
awesome.
yes.
That's about it. Like silent magic. Like mime. That would have been
Perfect,
That would have been
perfect entertainment. Night descended pretty quickly on the ship. We're 40 minutes behind schedule, but we are leaving port now. Yay! It is storming out there like crazy, and it has filled up in here like crazy, but this is pretty exciting. We asked people who were like the staff and crew of the ship whether we were going to get any meals. We really had no idea what
it was
economy
really
class
confusing.
gave us. They did confirm that we were going to be fed
Breakfast.
some meals, breakfast and
dinner.
lunch. Breakfast and lunch. You will only get breakfast and lunch. And we thought, okay, so that'll be the next day. So no dinner for tonight, that's fine. We have snacks. We prepared for this. We had no idea whether we were gonna get meals or not. And then the nice gentleman came back.
I was like, I'm so sorry. He has misspoken. But we will be breakfast and dinner tomorrow.
Yes.
And I was like, but we did this is an 18-hour ferry. Dinner tomorrow,
And then he came back and he said, no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be lunch and dinner. We're like, okay, it doesn't make sense, but that's totally fine. I don't care, when the meals are. Just I'm glad that there
We're
is
top
some
priority for these people. There's 2,000 people on this ship, but they are just having a conversation in the corner about what the right word for the meals are. And they're coming back to us and being like,
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
And finally, they actually served
They
us
served
food.
us.
And they said, we're so sorry, but it's going to be dinner and breakfast.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, that makes the most sense. Thank you so much
That's
for
what
all
we
of
were
your effort.
going.
Yeah,
That's
what
what
we
it
figured
said on
anyway.
the pamphlet. Like, okay.
We just got a meal with watermelon. Ooh, water cups. Wow. This is so nice.
And everybody around us is looking, like why we're getting served.
Yeah, because they had all figured it out. Apparently, you go to the cafeteria
There's
and
a
you
huge
get your
line.
meal.
We cut
there's
the
a huge line, but they realized that we were totally clueless
Yeah.
and we didn't understand what
We don't
was
know how
going
lines
on.
work.
So they served us individually, which was so
It was
nice.
really nice. Yeah. And the food was it was okay.
It was pretty
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
All the services that they provided was very, very nice. They even had like shower heads in the bathrooms,
Yeah.
which I
They
thought
did.
was interesting. And there were people showering with the shower heads in the bathroom. So,
Crazy. You walk in the bathroom and all you hear is like sploshing and
it
splishing.
was all flooded.
Yeah, and people are showering. I'm like, we've been on the boat for half an hour. Like, why are people showering all the time here? And yeah, there's a port window that rusted out 3 decades ago.
It just goes right out to the ocean.
Yeah.
And then we heard the karaoke.
Oh no, buddy.
All right. What time is it? 7:45, so not that late, but I don't know if you can hear me because someone brought a karaoke machine. It is a party in here. It was really loud.
Yeah.
I thought maybe somebody right in the next aisle had brought a karaoke machine.
Just out of sight.
That's how loud it was. And I thought, oh no.
I'm looking around. I'm like, why are we all not in protest together? Why are no one making signs? Yeah.
But no, nobody cared but us. So we went to go explore and see what this karaoke
We went
was
to go
all
protest.
about. So it turns out it's not karaoke. It's a live band over in the concert area over there. So let's go check it out. And it was the concert hall that was right next to us.
There you call the concert hall.
It was the stage
Yeah.
with seats. And I realized that when we had bought the tickets, there were tickets for sleeping and there were tickets for sitting. And there were tickets for floor, which I discovered was the family area.
Yeah.
But the tickets for sitting were these seats right in front of the live band.
Absolutely crazy.
All night long.
And they are just conked out, drooling.
Yeah, these people are literally sleeping in front of this super loud live music.
This Celine Dion cover band.
And thankfully that was technically a separate room from the ship. It wasn't very far from us.
There was a door that went shut and like muted it like 70%, which was nice. It's just people
were in and out.
That
They were
door all
opening the
time,
door.
you know?
And so it was basically like the live concert was right there. But thankfully we weren't in those sitting seats.
No,
Can you imagine?
thankfully I had some podcasts to listen to, like to drown them out was Axl Rose's "Welcome to the Jungle."
Yes, and I brought my earplugs.
Yeah, and the kid next to me had his leg on top of my legs and his hand over my head and just passed out.
There had been a storm all night long.
So we finally were able to go to sleep after the Whitney Houston
cover band finished.
So, like in the middle of the night, someone's phone alarm just
Oh my goodness. For forever.
for like an hour, and it's just like no one cared.
Nobody cared.
It's amazing. The patience of saints. Each and every one of these people are a saint in their own right.
Absolutely. I mean, they are so used to loud noises, I suppose.
Yeah.
They just were completely fine with it. And I felt like we were the only ones that were like, does anyone hear that?
Yeah, like why is, again, where's the pitchforks? Let's go get this guy.
There was a lot of snoring.
There's a lot of snoring. Yeah, I woke up and just kind of looked around like I was in a Twilight Zone episode. Like, where am I? What the heck happened here?
But when we woke up in the morning, the ocean was calm. The sun was coming out. It was still very loud within the ship itself. Not only did they have the TVs with the music and the movies going on, but there was a lot of like grinding sounds and clanking. I think they were doing some sort of construction type stuff on the ship.
On-the-sea maintenance.
Yeah.
I thought like my bike had fallen over and knocked all the bikes over. And they were like using wrenches. Thank God I had the double take mirrors because they'll just fold in. Well, a huge shout out to double take mirrors.
They are awesome. They are foldable. They're practically indestructible. We take them everywhere we go. We love you guys. Good morning. We have risen and we made it through the night. Pretty exciting. And you can see the ocean all around us. I didn't get seasick. Dramamine worked really well. There's a few things that kept me up, but besides that, it's really good. So in the morning we decided to go up to the top deck and see the views of the open ocean all around. It was a little bit blustery, a little bit rainy, but it was still really beautiful just to be way out there in the Java Sea. But it makes you really appreciate the experience itself of being able to take a ship across the Java Sea, just like the old pirates or Dutch navigators from long ago. I mean, how cool is that?
Less Whitney Houston tribute bands on the Black Pearl.
True. Okay, breakfast is served. How is it, Tim?
It's okay at best.
We had some really great neighbors that we had
Yeah.
become friends with on the ship itself.
And they turned out to be insanely valuable later
Yes,
on. Yeah.
it was a whole group of a motorcycle club that were making a journey up to Pontianak on the island of Borneo with their motorcycles. I
Yeah.
mean, what are the chances of that?
So yeah, we had some good conversations in broken English and showed pictures of the bikes that they have and we have and the excitement of where we're going.
All right, we see land. We should be a half hour away or even less, and the land is getting bigger and bigger. I believe it is the island of Borneo.
It's been confirmed on Google Maps.
It's been confirmed.
It's on the airplane. There be land.
And there was also another really nice gentleman named Ardy
Yeah.
that we met and became friends with. This is our neighbor friend. What is your name?
My name is Ardi.
Ardy. He's been so nice.
Yeah, and we made it to land.
And he actually gave us a little gift. In the morning, he gave us some of his favorite ice cream.
It's sweet corn ice cream.
Yes, it was a totally different type
was
of
very
ice cream that
unique.
I'd never had before.
It was in the shape of a corn cob, right? Which is just weird right off the bat, right? And I'm like, well, you know, when in the Midwest, right? I put it in my mouth, and it wasn't ice cream on the outside. It was like a sponge. It was like
It's warm on the outside, which almost has like the texture of tofu. I thought, okay, there's like a tofu wrap around
No,
the ice
tofu
cream.
is-
It's not tofu.
it was like styrofoam-ish.
Yeah, it's more like
Edible.
styrofoam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once your teeth hit that, right? And you're shocked. You're like, wow. You don't know, like within a millisecond, you're like, don't know what's going on anymore. You know? But you follow through on the movement of biting down, then bam, you hit the cold stuff.
Yes.
And then taste buds, sweet corn. And you're
Corn!
like, you're like, what?
Straight up
Like,
corn.
It was unique. Like it was
Such
good.
a unique experience.
He's like, it's my favorite flavor ever. And I'm like,
wow.
that is a flavor. And favorite's a word.
That was very, very nice of him, though.
Yeah,
so
it was
thank
super,
you so
super
much,
nice.
Artie.
No, 1,000%.
Finally, we pulled up to the port of Kumai, which was our destination. And we could see jungle on the shores.
See that,
Just
guys?
Pure wild jungle.
Yeah, and it was the national park. We knew it was the national park.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and that is where they have some of the most unique wildlife on the planet,
The
such
original
as
people, such as
orangutans,
Orangutans.
orangutan. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it was just so cool that we were going to be on the island of Borneo.
Yeah.
So finally, the ship docked. Everyone started getting off. We knew we were going to be probably one of the
Hours.
last people to get off.
Yeah.
And it was our time to go down and see if the motorcycle was okay or not. You can see on this side of the river is Kumai, and it is all a big port. But on the other side of the river, there's literally nothing but forest, jungle, and that's where the orangutans live. We're in Borneo! Ah! Now we have to go see if the motorcycle has fallen over or not. They gave us keychains! Finally, we got to the lower bowels of the ship where our motorcycle was. Hello! And we were holding our breath to see if it was still upright.
There it
And
was.
it was.
Indestructible. Weren't able to cash in our insurance claim. Yeah.
And we got all ready and were able to get off the ship. And head off to a whole new place, the island of Borneo and the city of Kumai. But that will all be in the next episode. Oh my God, oh my God. Crazy change of plans. We are like in 20 minutes going to jump on a houseboat that's going to take us up the river into the jungle of Borneo to see orangutans. So thank you so much for riding this ship along with us across the Java Sea. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below. Ding, ding. And we'll be seeing you next time.
Stay safe, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.
Oh, and one last thing, we want to really give a big shout out and thanks to all of our patrons. You guys are amazing and you guys have made this all happen.
This is true. We've got a couple more this week,
Yes,
so thank you.
Thank you. If you are interested in Patreon and supporting us in our journeys, you can join for as little as $1 a month and you get exclusive content and you get
Early access to videos, ad-free, you get postcards.
Yes, you can get postcards. So check it out at Patreon/2up and overloaded. See you next time.
Peace.
Bye. It definitely became very squished quarters on board. There were lots and lots of people.
Dimes, one might say.
Yes.
Like there's something deep within my soul that is very anti-karaoke.
Yes, I mean, it's great when you're the person doing the karaoke.
Nope, not even. Unless you're wasted and no one else is in. There's never a time where everybody collectively is enjoying karaoke.
That's so
Like,
true,
it just
right?
That doesn't exist.